Hi. Now that we've heard Aaron talk about emergency funds, let's talk a little bit about plans. Plans provide a roadmap to get you from point A to point B. That's it. Super simple, right? You want to identify exactly where it is that you're going, identify where it is that you are currently, and then all of the steps it will take to get from current to future. Sounds easy, right? Plans provide an overarching strategy for you to complete goals. They don't have to be super complicated. They really, really don't. Step one, know what you're planning for. What is your vision? Are you planning for an emergency fund like Aaron just talked about? Are you planning to survive a disaster like we cover in our book? Seriously, now what? Are you planning to expand your business or maybe even start a business? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're planning for, creating a plan and identifying where it is that you're going is the first step to helping you successfully complete that plan. You're going to achieve your goals much faster if you have them documented as a plan. Plans can either be short or long term objectives. And sometimes they can have both in there, right? You could have intermittent steps that are short term achievables on your way to a long term goal. Example, if you were creating a plan for how to build up a 6 month emergency fund, you may have six intermittent goals in there. Where the first goal is really just to get 1 month's worth of emergency funds saved, and then you're just creating subsequent steps to get to the second month, the third month, etc., and so on. But for each plan, what you want to do is you want to identify the tasks that you're going to need to do to complete the plan, to achieve the objective, really. And then for each task, you'll need to understand sequentially when does it have to happen. So in every plan, some things have to happen before something else can. Example, if you are creating a plan for recovering from a disaster, ultimately, you can't really start executing on that plan until either A, you know the disaster is coming. In the case of maybe a hurricane where you know it's coming in advance, you're going to have part of your plan is to board up and secure your building, right? You really aren't going to start doing that until you know that the threat is imminent. And once you know that, then you can start executing the plan. And you can't start cleaning up from a disaster until the disaster has occurred and that things have been cleared out and it's safe for you to return back to your building. So that's what I mean when I say you really want to understand the sequence of events so that you can get your tasks lined up in the correct order. You'll also want to know who's going to be performing the tasks. So you may create the plan. And again, if we're talking about a hurricane, maybe you're not the guy who's boarding up the windows. Maybe that's your operations manager, or maybe it's your husband, or it could be the handyman from down the street. It doesn't matter. You have to identify what the task is. And ideally, you're going to identify who will be performing the task and have some sort of an idea how long it's going to take for that task to complete. And you're going to do that for each part of the plan. Then once you've got all of the tasks, you understand the order, who's doing them, you really have a very standard and fairly complete plan at that point. Another way that you could look at plans is this. If you're a person who creates task lists, if you have a to-do list every day that you kind of create and march to figure out exactly what it is that you have to get done for the day, you're probably already a great planner. That's really what a plan is. It's a more organized to-do list that is focused on a very specific goal. So think about it in those terms. And you're going to see below, we've got some examples for you, some worksheets that you can use, and a written document to help you with the creation of a plan and some tips and pointers. So go ahead, take a look at that stuff, and let's make a plan.